Greetings everybody! Welcome back to the channel, Cards Everywhere here. Today I am bringing you another weekly league deck profile. I've decided to go with a shark deck today. The sharks are among my favourite cards. They can pull out some okay numbers. I wouldn't consider them as good as the birds, but I do prefer playing them over the birds. So I'll give you a quick rundown of the deck and we'll jump into a game to see how we can do. First up we have Hammerhead Shark. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose 10 power permanently. Next is Blue Shark. On the return, this card costs +1 energy and gains 20 power permanently. Next is Nurse Shark. On the return, your shark's cards, wherever they are, cost -1 energy until played. Next is Great White Shark. It is a fusion card. On the play, your opponent's Riding the Waves cards in hand lose 100 power this round. I don't see this being very useful, but maybe it'll come in handy. Next is the common Carpenter Shark. Next up, Thresher Shark. On the draw, your shark's cards, wherever they are, gain 15 power until played. Next is Port Jackson Shark. On the play, if your deck has 10 or more Oceans cards, this card gains 80 power. Next is Broadnose 7-Gill Shark. On the draw, if your deck has 7 or more Sharks cards, your non-limited Sharks cards, wherever they are, gain 28 power until played. And the last of the Sharks is Silky Shark. On the play, for every Sharks card you've played this game, up to a maximum of 6, your Sharks cards in hand gain 5 power this turn. Next up is the Ultra Fusion Tidal Wave. On the return, your Oceans and Seas cards, wherever they are, gain 25 power and cost +1 energy until played. And the last of the Oceans cards is the mythic, the Flying Dutchman. On the play, if you're losing the round, your cards in hand gain 48 power this turn. And if you're winning the round, your Plundering Pirates cards, wherever they are, gain 36 power for 2 turns. Next is the Linux Kernel. On the play, if played next to any Science cards, your Science cards, wherever they are, gain 15 power for 3 turns, and then repeat for each album. And then on the return, if your deck only has Science cards, your cards, wherever they are, gain 10 power for 3 turns. Next is Helicopterion. On the draw, your Sharks cards in hand gain 40 power until played. Next up, one of my favourite cards, Arthropelura. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand with 45 or more base power lose 30 power this turn and the next turn. Next is Great Dying. On the return, for every Paleontology card you've played this game, your Paleontology cards, wherever they are, lose 10 power permanently. And your Life on Land and Oceans and Seas cards, wherever they are, gain 6 power permanently. Next is a set of 3 Tarot cards. First up is the Fool. On the draw, your Tarot cards, wherever they are, gain 16 power permanently. Second to last, the Hierophant. On the play, if your deck has exactly 3 Tarot cards, give them, wherever they are, 27 power permanently. And lastly, we have the Ace of Cups. On the play, your cards adjacent to this gain 20 power permanently. And on the return, your cards adjacent to this cost +1 energy permanently. So guys, that is the deck. I tried to make it as accessible as I could, but to get the numbers up, I did have to put in the Mythic and a few limited legendaries. It's the only way I could get it to do some decent damage. So it looks like we have found an opponent. Let's see if we got the Sharks Arena. We have it in round 4, so maybe we can take advantage of that. We'll give the opponent a hello. And I think we'll start out with the boosts. We go Tidal Wave, Arthropelura, and Blue Shark to get the permanent boost to Blue Shark. So Arthropelura is doing some work already. The opponent has the Hand Trap, and the Hierophant, and the Ace of Swords. Unfortunately, I don't have the Ace of Swords myself. I probably would put it in this deck if I had it. But I think we'll make do. So we are losing by 56, but we can definitely come back from that. So I think we'll play the Great Dying, Linux Kernel, and we'll play our Carpenter Shark just to get it out of the hand. I don't think we're winning this first round, but maybe we'll get lucky. So I'll play some of my weaker cards. So we're at 190. The opponent is playing a lock deck, it looks like. So that will put us in the lead. His cards will get a bit of a boost here. Or well, our cards will be locked and the opponent will overlock, so he will be okay. But we got Helicoprion, so that might push us over the edge to get the win. So I think we'll play like that for 419. Let's see if the opponent can match it. He has the Statue of Liberty and Identity Theft and the Hope Diamond, so lots of boost cards from the opponent. But we're not playing too many legendaries, so he didn't get the full effect of Identity Theft. So we were just about able to get the win in the first round, which is quite ideal as we ramp up as the game goes on. So it looks like we're in the paleontology arena. So we'll play the Hierophant in the first slot. We'll save Silky Shark, I think. So we'll play Hammerhead and we'll play the Great White for 473. The opponent's Virtual Reality will boost all his cards by 15. But looks like we are comfortably in the lead at the moment. So let's see if we can maintain that. We are 114 ahead. And there's our Fool and the Ace of Cups. So I think we'll get both of them back around. And we'll play our Nurse Shark as well for 208. Plus the boost from the Ace of Cups. It's a very strong turn from the opponent. But we do have our Flying Dutchman. So if we are at a loss, we'll get a nice boost from that. It is quite a big loss, so I don't even know if I will bother playing it. We'll have to wait and see what we draw. Hopefully the opponent has some very weak cards now. There's our Arthropelura. Looks like we didn't draw anything super fantastic. So I think we'll play our weakest cards. I would like to hold on to the Silky Shark. But I'll play it just to cycle our cards a little bit. And the Arthropelura will run over into the next turn. So hopefully we can win the next round and use the boost from the Sharks Arena to seal the game. And we get a nice little 25 boost to all of our Oceans cards. As you can see, energy is not a huge problem. And we have quite a bit of leeway in this deck. So there's our Great Dying. I think we'll get that out, get the Linux Kernel. And we'll play the Blue Shark as well for 305, plus the boost from Linux Kernel. And we will be slightly at a loss here, which is quite good for us, as the Flying Dutchman will come in quite handy now. And the Great Dying will be giving a nice permanent boost to all of our Oceans cards. And the Linux Kernel will also be giving a boost for a few turns. Now, I think we will play the Dutchman. We'll play the Broad Nose. And we'll play Port Jackson as well for 765. A nice huge turn from us. The opponent did play the Brain, which will lock down something on us next turn. Let's hope it's not anything good. I would like to get the Helicoprion out of the hand. There we go. I don't mind that too much, as the Sharks will be handy in the next arena. So let's play Helicoprion. We'll get Treasure Shark. and we'll get the Hierophant for 286. I hope it is enough. It might not be. I don't think it is, actually. That is unfortunate. Yes, I probably should have gone for the win there. That is my mistake. And we are locked down with our cards next turn. But again, that's okay. So let's get the Fool, the Ace, and our Great White out for 463. Plus a little permanent boost to them as well. So that's 503. I don't think we'll have any problem in this arena. And hopefully we'll draw our tarot cards for the next arena as well. It does require a little bit of luck to get this deck to perform well. But it is still decent enough in my opinion. So let's get our Hammerhead. We'll get our Nurse Shark. And we'll get our Tidal Wave out as well for 547. The opponent does have the Longsword to reduce our damage by 100 this turn. So we're actually even on damage there. 447 each. So we are maintaining our lead in this round. I did expect to do so. So I think I will try and play 2 Sharks and the Arthur Pelura next turn. The opponent does have his hand locked down a little bit. So I don't think we'll take... Let's see here. This could be a risky play. 296 plus the Arthur Plura and the Linux kernel. I think we will take the risk. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like we got away with it, folks. That was a risky enough play, I think. But we did pull through, and we still have a powerful Silky Shark next turn. And our Blue Shark and Broad Nose as well. So I think I'll go all out. 578. Yeah, I think I'll go all out. 743. The opponent has his Hierophant and the Statue, so he'll be getting boost to a lot of his cards, but he has 2 cards locked down in his hand, and to get them unlocked will be a bit of trouble for the opponent, so he will be playing with just what he's drawing. And if we are losing somehow, we can use our Flying Dutchman if needed. There's Port Jackson, Thresher, and we'll play the Great Dying for 509. Looks like the opponent does have a strong hand. He's got his Identity, the Ace, and the Hope Diamond. Lots of boost cards. 671. We are still in the lead. Just by a little bit, but the Great Dying will give a boost to all of our Sharks and Oceans cards. And there's our Tarot cards as well. So that should be enough to give us the win. Let's hope it is. 694 plus the boost from the Ace of Cups. There we have it, folks. 734. That is more than enough to get us the win. So we did win by a comfortable amount. So this deck can put out some good numbers. It can be a bit dodgy on the draw, but I think it's a decent enough deck. There's probably still some room for improvement. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And tell me what you think down in the comments. And that's it, folks. Cards Everywhere, out.